What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to unpack some of the most exciting 2024 upcoming updates, as well as confirmed teases and characters and teams. But just a boatload of information that has been circulated, so I really wanted to make a video to encompass that and get you guys up to speed. Hope you enjoyed this summary. So first and foremost, definitely a game mode that I'm going to be looking forward to, and hopefully coming in a very soon here in the next coming months. But the new PvE game mode that's called Siege on Battle World. Essentially, this was provided and given us a teaser late last year, and essentially giving us a new kind of PvE dynamic where you're working with your alliance, but essentially the planet's divided into these different territories, each ruled by a powerful boss for control. Now, to mitigate the threat of these bosses, your alliance is then systematically authorized to go through each of these sieges, various territories one by one that they call as zones. Now, there was a lot of information that was actually provided to us in the screenshot before, and now that we've been given some additional clarity from not just the developers but as well as the GM Ryan Jacobson, we can get some really good insight on what's going to be happening in terms of rewards. So you can see here, obviously there's going to be gold orb fragments that's going to be awarded as you go through closer and closer, but it appears that there's going to be this zone that we can actually launch, and giving you a sense of difficulty, how long it lasts for, in this case 4 days 5 hours, and as well as what I have actually outlined here in yellow, the moment orbs that we're going to touch on a little bit. But this is going to be a new dynamic that allows us additional stat buffs in the game. It's going to be interesting how you can equip this to each character, but we do have some hints and teasers from, again, Ryan Jacobson in his most recent Strike Time video. So definitely very exciting, guys. Some more clarity on the Siege and Battle World. Essentially, it's a 6-day kind of mode. So quite a bit different from what we're doing with raids and crucibles, where it does get reset every day. Well, this one runs almost on a weekly basis. Each zone offering daily challenges and rewards, so you want to be really synergizing with your alliance. And as well, you can only advance one zone per day and challenging that boss in the final zone as well. Once again, in the image teaser here, we have this moments that's kind of referenced here, and it's called the loot moment tower. So it looks like you can only collect a certain amount in each zone once you're going through it. And as well, characters in Battle World can only be used once daily. So it's going to be very interesting to coordinate with your alliance and where you want to be utilizing, some of the more powerful characters on your roster and team, especially characters like Mephisto, Super Skrull, Black Knight. How are they going to fit in the meta, and how are they going to be used strategically when you're going through, especially the strategy that's involved going through these different zones. I think this is going to be one of the most exciting game modes that's come to date, and especially with how much time and detail they're putting into it. It's been quite some time since we've seen a PvE mode like this, and very exciting for sure, especially that coordinating with your alliance. So obviously, if you have an active alliance, it's going to be even funner to dip in, but as well the rewards. Now, more on the details of what they're referring to in the moment. There was a Strike Time video number 31 that linked down below here, guys, if you want to check it out. Some great amount of information, but essentially word for word from Ryan Jacobson himself. What are moments? Well, they're the opportunity to equip some stats to characters to help make them more relevant compared to the current meta. I think this is going to absolutely change how we view and obviously utilize strategy in the moments that we're playing the game, because of the fact that this is a dynamic and mechanic that they're adding into the game where we can make irrelevant out of meta teams relevant again. It's going to be interesting for sure to see how permanent this addition will be. Is it going to be similar where we can equip something such as like ISO 8, the extension of Red Stars? Well, he did also confirm in the interview himself that this is brand new. Nothing is like this in Marvel Strike Force so far, and it is not an extension of Red Stars, Diamond, or ISO 8. So it's going to be very interesting. Maybe it will come in the format of a costume. Tana has hinted at that as well, and kind of teased in terms of, potentially is it a costume that certain characters can equip and make them more relevant, but by equipping that costume they get the added bonuses. It's going to be very interesting to see that, because that will finally give an addition to how powerful some certain costumes can be equipped. But again, more in due time. We don't know how this is going to change things up, but as well, I also want to see how limiting it can be. Hopefully there are some restrictions. I know Dorky Dad also mentioned that this could be a very big issue if, say for instance, some characters get a speed manipulation kind of bonus, and that would impact everything in terms of a character standpoint and where they kind of fare in the meta, especially since we're in that speed meta right now and determining the turn meter and so forth. That's going to ultimately play a huge factor in how we actually attack certain teams or use defenses in the way we do right now. without saying at least for sure though, moments are definitely going to change things up, and it's going to be interesting to see. But it looks like this is tied directly to Siege on Battle World and the rewards and how that's going to get generated for folks playing the game. Now, another big one too is, I love this as well. Same strike time video with Ryan Jacobson was that Null has been teased several times already. Now, for those of you guys don't know, he is essentially the leader of the Symbiote Hivemind team. We've noticed with the new Hivemind team that's been released, they are lacking a leader. And even in the showcase, if you're going through it and you beat the final node, I believe this was hinted where essentially what happened was unable to disobey the commands of the mysterious voice in their heads, the symbiotes begin expanding the reach of the hive mind. This is a direct reference to them contacting Null himself. And in terms of, like, once again, Ryan Jacobson also making that direct teaser in the strike time where he asked Cerebral to look behind him on the poster, and there you have it, was also Null being teased. So I think multiple references. The fact that he's already in kind of the showcase event in terms of the dialogue there, I think it's very telling to see what's going to happen. I honestly think he can be a very powerful legendary character that comes. I don't think he's going to be the first legendary that comes this year though. So definitely something to be mindful of there, but we also have a little bit more clarity on that, having said that. But yeah, overall, guys, this is a huge update to get this announcement, because Null's been a very beloved character and everyone's been wanting him in the game. So to see his addition and his leadership join the rest of the Symbiote and Hivemind is definitely going to switch things up for sure. And then some other things that we have confirmed in terms of a team dynamic, right? 2024 teams confirmed so far, even in the data mines, is that the Cabal team, Iron Patriot, Leader, and Namor, they're all confirmed to be part of this new Cable team or Cabal team, and they're going to be utilizing their synergy with each other. It doesn't look like they're a 5-piece team, however, so you can definitely synergize some villain characters with them to capitalize. We also know that there's a Deadpool, Pandapool, and a future legendary team that's coming, so I suspect this is going to be probably the next legendary that's upcoming, because we got teased of it last week in the Marvel Strike Force blog post, and also us confirming that Pandapool was a fan voted favorite. Typically, it took a few months to get this live into action, as we saw with the pattern with Void Knight, and coming into the game now a few months after that voting. So I think this is definitely a strong possibility for sure. And then lastly, we have the reworks happening to Phoenix, Jubilee, Colossus, Kitty Pryde, and X23 stat updates. We don't have any changes with their kits. Their previous updates went live in game and now have been revoked. So it is interesting to see them already kind of changing things up to see how it looks. But in my analysis that I did before as well, the stats seemed like they weren't finished. And then sure enough, a week later, their stats actually got pulled away from the game. So we don't see those stat updates just yet anymore. So they're probably, revising them behind the scenes and taking a look. But what was also confirmed was that in the Strike Time video, Ryan did actually confirm that it doesn't seem like Xavier is going to be the teased character, unfortunately. So we may have to rest on that for quite some time until that gets confirmed again. But in the meantime, at least we know that more X-Men are coming in the works, especially with their stat updates. Could there be more X-Men joining the rest of the revised teams? Absolutely, especially given how big their category is in the game, right? So definitely exciting times. And then one last thing I did leave out on this was, don't forget, guys, we had that recent update and poll that's coming here in terms of voting a new potential vampire character. So that is very telling as well. Could Blade be behind the scenes and coming around the corner shorter than we think? Absolutely, especially with us taking a look at these potential vampire characters. I think Karen Page is going to be a big favorite for voting. But yeah, I'm loving how they're adding a bit of player autonomy, but I'm super excited with all these teases, the moment system, and especially Siege on Battle World, how that's going to shake things up from an Alliance and PvE perspective. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's a recap now in the coming months of what's going to be coming to the game. Definitely exciting times to be in a Marvel Strike Force player right now, and I'm always looking forward to keeping you guys updated. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll definitely give you guys posted. Thank you as always for your time, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.